What's up, sons? It's Blind Ride with Tech once again, and Lexip has sent over their 3DM Pro mouse for me to check out and see how it performs in games, so stick around. Welcome back. So originally this mouse was released as a 3D modeling mouse, which means that it was aimed towards applications such as SolidWorks and editing or manipulating 3D environments. However, because of the niche market, they've expanded it to gaming, and there's some changes they're going to be making to it to accommodate for that. Most notable of these changes will be an 8200 DPI sensor as opposed to the 3200 DPI sensor that is currently in the one I am testing. So that being said, right now I can't really give you an opinion on how it performs in first-person shooters, because this is not really aimed towards that and didn't really quite work out well for me when I did try it. The bottom of the mouse supports some ceramic gliders, which actually feels quite nice across multiple surfaces and should complement a gaming or a typical gaming sensor quite well. Some of the worries or concerns are also some of the features here though, as it does sport two joysticks essentially, one on the thumb and one on the base of the mouse. This can cause some issues when you're trying to control the mouse and you have the bottom base joystick mapped to certain features. However, this is also the biggest feature of the mouse and comes in quite handy in certain circumstances. These circumstances include, and are not limited to, of course, mainly space flight sims. So we're talking about simulators such as Elite Dangerous as well as Star Citizen. If you're going to be on the road, you don't always want to take your HOTAS with you, or your joystick, whatever you like to call it, everywhere you go, and it can be quite cumbersome. So having an option for on-the-go spaceflight sims is pretty awesome, and that's where I think this mouse really fits in. The software that ships with the mouse, while limited, does provide presets for games like Elite Dangerous, so you should be able to get up and go right away. However, when I hopped into Elite Dangerous and started trying to map the base joystick to my yaw controls, I wasn't able to get left and right to map. So I had to get an application called Pinnacle Game Profiler and get that loaded on to see what was going on. Once I got that loaded on, I was able to see that I wasn't getting outside of the dead zone and therefore activating the base joystick, and was able to adjust the sensitivity and the dead zone accordingly, essentially turning up the sensitivity and decreasing the dead zone, to be specific here, to get it to then map into Elite Dangerous. Once that was done, the mouse performed quite well. While it's not quite on the level of a joystick, it does provide a pretty good experience and will, like I said, work out great for anybody that's on the go. One of the hidden gems of this mouse is that it actually provides so much versatility that if you use other applications that are hotkey heavy, such as Adobe Premiere, you can actually map everything like you would want for that application and get a lot more finite control over the application itself. I use this to navigate the timeline specifically and not having to move across all the hotkeys with my left hand on the keyboard near as often. I mainly used it to advance and reverse the timeline, as well as provide some quick keys for cuts and etc. So from that aspect, it's also something to look at if you heavily edit any type of video, etc. But once again, you might lean more towards a space mice to do that. That's just going to be something that's up to you. But if you're on the go, it could kind of replace that, and you wouldn't have to carry around two things with you if you're editing on the go. So the rest of the design of the mouse is quite nice. It does have a good rubber grip, and we already mentioned the ceramic gliders on the bottom. The only thing that I don't know I'm okay with, or some of the things that take a little bit getting used to, is the palm grip is pretty much negated by the bottom joystick, and you're going to have to claw grip it almost at all times, which can cause some fatigue, especially with long editing sessions in Premiere or long gaming sessions. I also have larger hands, so that could be a problem that is only for me and people that have larger hands like myself. You know what they say about that. Now, another kind of nitpick here is that the left and right click don't go all the way to the edge of the mouse. So, like I said, this is another reason why you have to use a claw grip on the mouse itself. Now, I do think that that was done on purpose, because to get the mouse to move forward, you kind of need to slip to the edges that do not click in, so that you can push the mouse forward a little bit easier. And so I think that it's kind of a necessary evil for the additional feature of the joystick on the base of the mouse itself. Hope that covers all the questions you have on this particular device. If you have any more, let me know in the comment section below. I will also leave links to where you can purchase it and find out more about it, so be sure to click those and head on over there. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next Tuesday.